And Orleans Parish will have a new sheriff tomorrow as the outgoing sheriff faces state prosecution, accused of failing at her job and trying to cover it up. Monday, new sheriff Michelle Woodfork will be sworn in at 10 a.m. Woodfork is the former NOPD interim superintendent, the first woman to ever lead the New Orleans Police Department. She was elected with 53% of the vote, avoiding a runoff last year.
A new sheriff will assume responsibility for operating the jail, and the jail will be in the hands of Michelle Woodfork come Monday at noon.
Outgoing Sheriff Susan Hudson was indicted by a grand jury